And we're in dressing room 7 here at Harrah's Atlantic. How do they number these things?
I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
yeah, but
6,
I haven't
7.
counted that many dressing rooms. Anyway, this is usually where like an opening act would dress, and I dare say that this gentleman has seen more than his share of opening act dressing rooms
Yes, I have.
over the years, but he has since graduated, of course, to the headliner dressing room. Jay Leno, good to see you again.
Well, nice to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Someone said to me, you know, Jay Leno's coming back to town. Doesn't NBC pay him enough to host the Tonight Show that he doesn't
Well,
have to go out and
I
stand
consider
up?
myself a stand-up comic. That's my day job, doing the, you know. I never wanted to be a TV personality. I like being I mean, I was a stand-up comic before I had the job, and when the job is over, I'll be a stand-up comic.
Touring with, wait, let's see if I remember the ancient history. Touring with 2 strippers in a Volkswagen with a giant champagne glass.
That's right.
On
That's
the
right.
roof of the car?
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So, and that's basically. I mean, I consider myself a stand-up comic, and that's what I like to do.
And so here you are, 3,000 miles from the set of the Tonight Show, doing stand-up in Atlantic City. Why?
Well, I mean, I've done this for a long time, and now you get to the point where people actually want to see it. So you might as well do it. I mean, did years of you suck it off, you get on the stage. Where's Tom Jones? You know, so now people come to see you, so it's fun.
But when you're out doing stand-up versus the monologue on the Tonight Show, do you deliver the jokes and the setups any differently? I mean,
well, what the monologue is, a monologue is just a funny version of the news. People watch the news, and then you hopefully watch me make fun of the news they just saw. And it's one-liners. You don't really tell stories. I mean, here, you know, when you're on the road, you do the same thing in a different place every night. In the Tonight Show, you do a different thing in the same place every night. I mean, a routine I'm working on, I can kind of hone. I have another gig tomorrow night, and I'll try it a little different there, a particular story. And you can, you know, I don't tell 5-minute stories in the monologue, whereas here you can. You know.
Jay, you took over the Tonight Show from Johnny Carson in '91. Do you find that you're more politically aware of the world then as you are today? In other words, did the
I don't think I'm any more politically aware of the world. The trick is not to know more than everybody else. It's to know exactly what everybody else knows. I mean, you watch CNN, you watch NBC, MSNBC, and you look at newspapers, and they all have the same story. Well, that's what we joke about tonight. So it's not that you're any more particularly astute or aware. You just need, because if you're ahead of a story, like if you say, you know, this is supposed to happen in a couple of days, people are going, what? Now I've lost them. They're going, is that happening? So you kind of need to be there when they're there. You know, that's why they've just seen something on their local news, and then we make fun of it.
When you did Jerry Seinfeld's documentary a couple of years ago, I believe you told him that you haven't yet spent a dime of what you've made from the Tonight Show?
No, I bank that, and then I live on the money maker as a stand-up comedian, so there'll be a nice little nest egg there when it's over.
Yeah, I would think so, but why? Why is that?
Well, it's just my wife and I. I mean, how much cake can you eat? I mean, after it becomes, stand-up pays pretty well, and I just never, you know, I always had 2 jobs. When I was a kid, I would work at McDonald's, and I worked at a Ford dealership, and I'd bank one job's pay, and I would use the other for, you know, being a kid and having fun. And I've just always kept that theory. It's very simple. I have one credit card. I'm not a big financial guy. You know, I didn't buy a house till I could afford to pay for it cash. So I'm real simple. I live pretty simply. It's really basic. You try not to spend more than you have.
Are those roots that your parents instilled in you?
Yeah, you know, I grew up in the parents, you know, we ate dirt, there was nothing, you know, so that
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, kind of, well, if you talk to them, it's horrible.